I'm Raven, and welcome back to Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Gate. When we left off, we'd just completed all of the optional missions before mission... what is this? 1, 2, 3... Mission 6.
Brother Librarian.
Where we shall be heading to Chimera 4 to assault the Chaos Firebase with our Librarian. Let us configure our squads. And here we go, we have 4 Librarians to choose from. Let's take the toughest son of a gun here. That'll be this guy. In fact, all of these guys are pretty gosh darn good. That guy's accuracy is insane, but we're going to go with this guy. Now, do I have to put him into a squad? No, I don't. He stays there. Good. How many squads do I get? Oh, goodness. 3 squads. That's crazy. But they do recommend taking the... Ooh. Okay. Okay, so I guess we have to choose some Psycho powers for our Librarian. I'm not sure how many of these we get to pick. Okay, so we pick 1. Okay. The mighty pillar of fire bursts from the ground and engulfs everything in flames. The crack of thunder, a bolt of searing lightning leaks from the Psycho's palms and strikes its target. Psycho opens a portal through the warp. Psycho unleashes his powers against a single enemy. The victim is flung about by a series of blows from a giant invisible assailant. The Psycho power enables the Psycho to transport a friendly squad or character across the battlefield in any direction. The Psycho calls upon his powers to pronounce a curse on the machine spirits of his enemies. The Psycho opens his mind to sense the presence of all enemy characters within range. And the Librarian creates an accelerated time field around himself or another character, doubling his attacks and adding 25 to his action points. Wow, that's pretty powerful. Well, let's just grab... I mean, quickening sounds good. And look, in the Warhammer universe, using such powers does generally tend to, you end up hurting your... Oh, God. Whoa, look at this as a whole. They tend to backfire. If they can go wrong, horribly. Strength of mind. The Librarian draws upon his inner reserves of strength to fortify himself and those about him against psychic attack. The Psycho unleashes a devastating psychic attack on an area. A flow of powerful psychic energy rushes over and through the subject, infusing him with power. The Psycho power enables the Psycho to transport himself across the battlefield in any direction. The Librarian conjures a shield of psychic energy to protect himself. That sounds pretty good. The Psycho hurls his powers against the demon in an attempt to banish it back into the warp. The Psycho releases his mightiest powers in a mighty conflagration of flames raging out from his body. Every living creature, friend or foe, within range suffers damage. Crackling bolts of power lash out from the Psycho's fingers, striking the first target in their path. The Psycho assaults one of the enemy Psychos in a battle of wills. An aura of flickering flames forms around the Psycho. The aura of fire negates wounds suffered by the Psycho. A sphere of utter darkness opens between the outstretched hands of the Psycho and widens into a swirling vortex that moves forward, destroying all in its path. The Psycho unleashes a mighty psychic storm of terrifying intensity which affects all enemy units. The Psycho projects a powerful mental shield to protect himself and those nearby against psychic attack. Well, now that I know there's a second page, I'm going to take Psychic Shield. I mean, defense is the best offense, right? Oh, I need to deselect that. Select that. Oh, this is permanent. Okay.
Brother Librarian.
Booty booty boo. Assault squad, heavy weapons, and blind grenades. So that's these guys. And him. Let's configure our squad. Ooh, we get to take this guy. Do we have our holy purifying flamer? We do not. He gets a bolter, and he gets a forceps. I guess that's about it for him. Meanwhile, with our main squad, Well, if they recommend taking heavy weapons... I mean, we're going to be assaulting a Chaos Fire base, and the Flamer wasn't particularly useful, but the Plasma Gun was incredible. So I think we'll take... Take a Plasma Gun on him. In Squad 2, we'll take the classic Heavy Bolter. Oops, not necessarily on him. Lots of action points. 40, 45. Okay, on Magnus. And put the scanner on you. Put a scanner on you. Now, Assault Squad. What do we have? We have bolt pistols, plasma pistols, flame. Ah, here we go. Here it is. Oh, it's just a one-handed flamer. Interesting. And we get chainswords, power fists, axes, and swords. Oh, and these guys get a whole variety of stuff they can choose from. I do kind of like the idea of having the plasma pistols. These guys are, of course, all rookies. Looking at their stats, let's go ahead and shove a plasma pistol on you, and a plasma pistol on you. Then in the offhand, okay, so the damage potential for all of these weapons is the same, but the Power Fist has way more penetration. So I'm fine with making these guys our specials. And then everyone else can have... Ooh, Constellator Power Sword. Appears to be the same. Let's open the encyclopedia. Constellator... Okay, so there's lots of variants at the end here. Vindicator, Juggernaut, Reaper, Constellator. Increases the speed builder's initiative by 30 points. Okay, so these are have more special effects than otherwise. And this can this flamer can shoot twice as far as a normal flamer. Is there any difference here between the axe? I'd guess the armor, heavy armor penetration? Yeah. Okay, let's back out of that. So in that case, let's give him the Constellator Power Sword. Because he can't use it. Then just shove the other Power Fist onto this guy. Okay. Let's do this. We shall purge the heresy from this world, rain it down in purifying flame. Goodness, 3 squads. 3 squads is too many. Okay, let's have a look at this then. Whew, that's a lot of dudes. Let's get our map on. So there's some cultists up there. And a whole bunch of chaos dudes down there. Now that is on the 5th level, so there is a whole compound underneath as well. So, ooh. Oh, pushing 8 is using his AP. I guess that's his scanner? So pushing 8 will use the hand scanner. Okay, so don't push number 8. Whoops. So, how are we to assault this firebase? It has a moat, which is impassable, so we're going to have to send our marines up the front. Aside from our assault marines, who will be able to skitter across. So I guess the first thing we need to do is get as much broken line of sight as possible. It's a shame I don't seem to be able to select the whole squad just by clicking its icon. Okay, so the assault squad can fly, here we are, jump pack, which will allow them to soar across the map and get horribly cut down by chaos. Unfortunately, I can't land them on the roof here. That would have been pretty good. I wonder how well they'll be able to shoot us down here. If I get my marines right up tight against the wall, will chaos be able to shoot them? I would wager no, considering how line of sight has worked in the past, but I can't really safely make that assumption. I guess it could just be a case of getting a marine behind each of these trees, popping out and taking a shot. And if I grab another one of these guys... Ooh, hang on, what's this? There is an enemy librarian. You can see them, but my guys have no line of fire. Probably due to the elevation or trees or something. Nice statue. Okay, let's stick with the initial thought in our plan.
Report sighting enemy units.
Yeah, there's going to be lots and lots of reports of enemy units. Step 1 is to break line of sight. Well, I guess it's not going to be perfect. Maybe if he squats down? No, now the only person. Okay, the line of sight breaking might not be perfect, but it's hopefully going to be good enough. I'm not too worried about the cultists. The librarian does worry me a little bit. Three squads seems like an awful lot. I mean, there's a number of marines, and I'm sure there's going to be a whole ton of them actually inside the firebase itself. Almost forgot to put him on Overwatch. That would have been terrible. Oop, nope, too low. Too low. You... Oop. How do I do this? Control. You, and you. If we make them fly... Doesn't seem to do anything. Oh, I see. Okay. It's, changes the reticule. So, use the jump pack. Hopefully it will ask me before confirming. What? Okay, it's... Oh, wow!
Your soul is mine! Farewell, my brothers! Fight on!
What? That wasn't the librarian, that was just one of my people? Was it the captain of the other squad? I got one red there, and one red there. So one of my marines has been abducted. That's bullshit. Right, you didn't jump with all of your friends. Would you... oh, I see there's nowhere for him to jump, apparently. So it costs 10 action points to jump. And they can jump anywhere. And they have a number of fuel equal to 120. Which I guess makes it very easy for these guys to jump in, make an attack, and then jump out. So long as they have the movement for it. Now, enemy-wise, these guys can see up there and those guys. So my theory that being this close to the wall is safe seems fairly sound. So I'll wager what I'm going to do here. This level. So I'll get these guys to group up and ready for assault. Where's my other one? There he is. You need to jump over here. Why can't he jump? Ooh, is he standing underneath something? Is that a thing? Oops. I think it's because he's standing underneath the tree. Let's move him forward to there. And now let's see if he can jump. There we go. Whee! I can show you the world. Perfect. Even comes with sound effects. Alright, since these guys are out in the open, I may as well let them watch out for those cultists. And he may as well watch in that direction in case something comes along. But otherwise, I feel pretty happy about that they are safe. As for these guys with their unfortunate kidnapping incident, let's get you here. Ooh, he can actually take a shot. It's a very unlikely shot. Aha! Eat that, librarian.
Die before me, chaos traitor!
But hey, if you got a chance to kill a librarian, it's definitely worth it. Kneel down. You come running. Oh, I can't get behind that tree because of the branch. You get over here. Kneel down. He's got some unlikely shots. You sort of running out of good places, really. Okay, who have we got left? You and the captain. Somewhat need to start heading in this direction, but that's way too far to go in one turn. So I'll settle for putting you behind that tree there. And you are settled for putting behind this tree over here. Oh, that's right, he's the librarian. Okay, I think that is us set for our first round. Okay, let's see how badly this goes. Yeah. Fire your little pistols. Okay, this is the real important stuff. Whoa! Ow. Hold fast, brother. Okay, the librarian... The librarian ran forward. Is continuing to run forward. Where's he going? Doesn't look like he's going to use a power. And he's running an awful long way. I doubt he'll be able to use a power if he has one.
Brother,
Ow! One hit.
no. Find strength, brother. Stand firm.
Whoa.
Meet your doom.
I thought the librarian would be the dangerous one.
I stand fast.
Wow. 2 Marines down, turn 1. That's insane. And he was the one with the heavy bolter as well. Ooh, hang on. What? That is like a Chaos Captain or something. Well, I don't like this librarian. Well, I don't like this guy either. I don't seem to be able to hit him, so we'll go with our long shots first. One more. Nope. I want to leave the assault until last, because I think that has the highest chance of killing mooks, as it were. Not you guys, you. Stand up.
Report sighting enemy units.
He has no shot on anyone. He's the librarian. What about you? No, nothing from you. Okay, Romanus.
You will be cleansed.
Yeah, we are not really fighting from a very good position. I kind of want to move him up and get the heavy bolter back. Retrieve. Heavy bolter. And we may as well grab a couple clips whilst we're here. Okay. You know, I think we need to go for the assault squad here. This is not going well. It may have just been worth just having the assault squad, because these guys could very easily cheese their way up and down. One thing that I did read on the in the manual is if you
Chaos troops present.
jump several people,
Report sighting enemy units. I am not your enemy.
next to a Chaos Marine with their melee weapons selected, you will engage them in combat with all of your allies? That's what I read. I'm not sure whether this is true or not.
The Dark Ones taste my soul.
Wow, that was very effective. I was not expecting it to be quite that effective. Then again, it is a special sword. Let's go ahead and get you out of harm's way. Let's see if we can repeat this with this librarian. I mean, the librarian has his force axe, so he may well be more dangerous in melee. But at this stage, I think we have to take the risk.
We have engaged the enemy.
Ooh, we can actually see down inside the compound. So they actually have a couple librarians. Yeah, so they have a couple of librarians, some interesting items in the middle of the thing over there, and they have this captain dude. So there aren't actually that many Chaos Marines, it's just a really, really bad position to be attempting an assault. Okay. Now, this attack costs 10, which means he can still jump.
Death to all who serve the Emperor!
What's interesting, there's a different icon when he made the attack, whereas he didn't get the same icon. But they don't have enough AP anymore. So we need to get out of there. Just go ahead. No, wrong level, that's why. Wrong level. So you go ahead and jump out. I said jump out.
I do not understand the order.
Oh, I see. He turns before jumping. Well, okay. Well, that's not good.
Die from the dark gods!
Fine. If my guys are going to be stuck here, I may as well have them standing ready to die. I have one more Assault Marine. Is there anything that he can do here to be useful? I'm not sure. Not really. I could jump him over here and try to take that guy out. I could jump him over here? No, I guess not. Must be too far for his remaining fuel, I guess. Slot it. In for a penny, in for a pound, right? Or that was the idea, anyway. I think this may have gone slightly tits up. Can these guys help? Yes, you can. It's unlikely. He needs to start dealing with these guys. Just one more cultist. Where is he? There he is.
Repeat that order.
If only the librarian had a jump pack, that'd be pretty useful. He's fired, he's fired. Pandaris has some shots left. As does Brutus. Now, Brutus has a plasma gun. Okay, so first off, no Crixus is fired. I don't really want to use the plasma gun on them. I'd rather have the plasma gun used against the cultists. So you go ahead and move forward. You're gonna get one shot here, my friend. One shot is all you required. Good. That's the cultists. No need to worry about them anymore. Alright, Brutus. Brutus, Brutus, Brutus. You have no line of sight to shoot over there. However, if you run all the way up here, perhaps you can help next turn. Mr. Librarian. Somewhat need to... I wonder how long his psychic shield lasts for. Oops. Okay, I probably should have gone to the encyclopedia first. Still, he appears to be protected by his shield.